So Dead Island 2 got the launch of its first DLC known as the Haus DLC, and in this video we're going to go through if I believe it's worth buying or not. And to start this one off, there are some funny lines early on. There's a nice introduction, but the introduction's a little bit weird because it comes from a talking head that attaches itself to its body like something out of Avatar. It has branches coming out of the body, branches coming out of the head, and they join themselves together. And this whole DLC takes place in one location. It's a house that has different rooms available, and in the first room you go to, there is going to be different trials. Now these trials are, I'm going to say, creepy. It's a little bit weird how the developers went from Bel Air and everything else they did with the base game of Dead Island 2. They went from that over to this DLC. And I say that because you have this thing called Dark Brains, where it's basically brains that are going to stop you opening doors and accessing like one of the buildings. And the only way to get rid of the Dark Brains is to use a crossbow. The crossbow is pretty much one of the only new additions in terms of weaponry. There are a few new different tools, some new like perk cards, skill cards, whatever they are. But there's not too much in terms of new things to use. But as well as the Dark Brains, you also have these trials, and you go into these different houses, and it's just weird. You've got these zombies that are now dressed up in gimp suits. They look like idiots. But I guess it goes with the satire sort of parody, the humor behind the game. It fits in really, really well. But it's got a creepy side to it as well. And this DLC is going to last you around 3 hours. There's not much to it. And not only that, the combat's all the same, in terms of the enemy types. You pretty much don't get to see anything new. And to join the weird gimp suit zombies, you have weird bosses in here as well. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a DLC. It's new stuff for Dead Island 2. So if you really enjoyed the base game, you're probably going to get some enjoyment out of this, even though it's not going to last too long. But if you was ever on the fence, if you didn't thoroughly enjoy Dead Island 2, the base game, then you're probably not going to get too much enjoyment out of this one, especially having to pay extra money to play the DLC. I mean, unless you got the bigger edition, you got the expansion pass with it. So for the lack of variety, not much new stuff in terms of weapons or zombie types or anything like that, I'm going to say that this is a miss. For me personally, not too much enjoyment out of it. I was more creeped out than anything else. But as I said, that's for me personally. If you did really enjoy Dead Island 2, you'll probably enjoy this as well. I do like some of the things they've done with it, but it just seems as though there wasn't as much effort as what they could have done. Because I don't think it would have taken too much to add a couple of different enemy types into the game. So in terms of is it worth buying the Haus DLC for Dead Island 2, if you thoroughly enjoyed the base game, then I would say yes. But if you didn't enjoy it that much, then I'd probably say no. Don't pick this one up because it doesn't really do anything special for the game. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.